After back-to-back games without a touchdown, Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell said this week the team was going to simplify the offense, and the goal was to just have J.J. McCarthy play ball with a clear head. Now the question becomes, why did it take so long to do this? Minnesota coming in trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. McCarthy missed last week with a concussion. Back in the lineup for this one, and a great start. Opening drive capped off with an 18-yard strike to Josh Oliver for the quick 7-0 lead. Jordan Mason scores in the second to make it 14-zip. Third quarter, Jaden Daniels back to pass, and the Vikings defense had a game in this one. Andrew Van Ginkel deflects, intercepts, and takes it back 41 yards the other way. Vikes would get a field goal off that. Later in the third, McCarthy and Oliver connecting again, this time from 6 yards out to push the lead to 24-zip. The Vikes coast to the finish line with a 31-zip shutout win. The first time an NFL team got shut out, then the shutout got themselves in the following week since the Denver Broncos did it in 1992.
You know, in a lot of ways, whether you're talking the physicality which we played with, protected the football, able to make some plays in the passing game, but be efficient enough running the football to stay ahead of the chains, limited penalties. And then, like I said, our defense doing great work all day long, keeping them out of the end zone.
For McCarthy, it was his first turnover-free game of the season and first time with 3 touchdown passes. Certainly a step in the right direction for the second-year QB.
Offensive line played fantastic. Receivers were getting open. Coach O'Connell was calling great plays where it was just put it in play, kind of feel to it. And, it was just a very comfy pocket all day. I just feel like we were able to stack positive plays and, execute in all 3 phases. That's something, that's going to win you a lot of football games, and we just got to continue to strive to do that every single week.
The 5-8 Vikings survive playoff elimination for at least one more week. The team now shifts their focus to next Sunday's battle versus the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. Elsewhere in the NFL, former NDSU Bison wide receiver Christian Watson had himself a day. 4 catches, 89 yards, and 2 touchdowns. His second multi-touchdown game of this season. The Packers, they defeated the Bears 28-21 to take control of first place in the NFC North. Watson on the season since being activated from his 2024 ACL injury has over 450 yards on 25 catches and has found the end zone 5 times in 7 games. Taking a look back at Saturday against the Illinois State Redbirds, the NDSU Bison scored a 78-yard offensive touchdown. Special teams recorded a punt return touchdown, and the defense added a pick 6 and 4 other interceptions. Yet the Bison lost. Since the start of the Bison dynasty in 2011, this is the first time NDSU has been bounced from the postseason prior to the quarterfinal round. Up 2 scores late in the fourth quarter, the Redbirds scored 15 points in the final 3 minutes. Code Green in the end was on the field for 91 total plays. The offense only mustered 6 total first downs and 179 total yards. The season ends with a 12-1 record, and Coach Polasek knows that is not up to par for this NDSU program.
It's an unbelievable football season. To go 12-0 in the Missouri Valley is still something to be excited about, still something to be proud of, but we know around here 12-1 is just not good enough. And not to earn another game in the Dome and to defend the Dome today, it's just right now it's disappointing. But each and every one of those kids, I hope they all come back, and I love each and every one of them. My message is to them, now we got a lot of unfinished business.
For the Redbirds, they had not beaten the Bison since 2010, 14 straight losses. Maybe the biggest one being in the 2014-15 FCS championship game. That final score was NDSU 29, Illinois State 27. Redbirds head coach Brock Spack was asked post-game if 29-28 sounded better than 29-27.
I don't know. It sure feels like it today, and we haven't done what you've done here. We haven't won a national championship yet, but we were 38 seconds short, and I've used that a lot in off seasons, and this is pretty big. You beat the number 1 team in the country in their building. It's pretty big.
The Redbirds move on to play UC Davis Saturday in the quarterfinals. And things did not go much better in Stephenville, Texas. North Dakota eyed their second straight upset win, but came up short. Jerry Kaminsky did start at quarterback after missing practice throughout the week with a concussion, but he struggled, throwing 2 interceptions and recording just 112 yards through the air. Sawyer Seidel scored both UND touchdowns in the 31-13 defeat. The loss marks a close to the first season under head coach Eric Schmidt. The team reached the second round of the playoffs for the first time since 2020.
We're in the process here of building a program. That takes work. Sometimes it takes time. Trust me, I'm the most impatient guy that there is, but I couldn't be prouder of the guys on either side of me. Proud of the guys. We got beat today, pure and simple. They were the better team, and we got to go back to work.
What started as 6 Missouri Valley teams in the postseason is now down to just 2. South Dakota also advanced with a win over Mercer. Youngstown State lost to Yale in the first round, and then on Saturday, South Dakota State, North Dakota State, and North Dakota lost out. A look at the final 8 teams. Illinois State versus UC Davis and Villanova versus Tarleton State, both those games being played Saturday. Then Montana State versus Stephen F. Austin on Friday night, and South Dakota plays Montana on Saturday. And breaking tonight, UND running back Sawyer Seidel, he scored both touchdowns yesterday for UND. He is in the transfer portal. This day and age, it's hard to imagine he'll be the only one, so stay tuned.
All right, thanks so much, Ryan.